This is a short demonstration of how to create a simple PowerPoint presentation consisting of images and associated text. I'll conclude with a brief explanation of how to format the output to allow for a side-by-side art history style presentation using a dual projector AV station such as the one in BCA 242. The first thing you'll do is launch the PowerPoint application. The application shortcut should be found in the dock of the computer if you're working on one of the lab computers at the college. If you don't find the shortcut in the dock, then you can go up to the Macintosh hard drive icon in the upper right corner, double click on it, go to the Applications folder, look for Microsoft Office 2008, open it, and you'll find Microsoft PowerPoint within it. If you'd like to place a shortcut in the dock, just click, hold, and drag that down to the dock and let go. As I already had one here, it stayed in the dock where it was already. When PowerPoint launches, it opens up a blank presentation. In this case, it's named at Presentation 1. I normally will take this opportunity to rename the file and save it in a known location so that I can find it more easily. File, save as, rename the presentation. Make sure that you're saving it as a PowerPoint presentation, a .pptx file. There are other options available as well. You may later, when you've completed the project, want to save it as an additional file as a PowerPoint 97 through 2004 presentation to maximize its ability to be used in other locations where they may not have the most current software available, but that would be an additional file that you'd want to create and name uniquely so that you have both the PPTX file, the most current version that we're using here, as well as the .ppt file. So I also want to choose a location in the desktop PowerPoint demo folder that I created for this purpose, and I'll click Save. And it's saved. It's in the PowerPoint demonstration folder right here. This is the file, so I have it uniquely named in a location where I know where it is right at the beginning of the whole process, so that as it does an auto save, it'll go someplace where I know where it is in case I forget to save it along the way. The first thing I want to do is customize a slide to be used as a template of sorts for the entire collection so that I can duplicate it a number of times and then fill in the blanks by inserting a picture and the appropriate text. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to Format and Slide Background, and the Format Background box opens up. You can see you have a number of choices. I'm going to keep it on Solid, and on Color, instead of Automatic, I'm going to click on the arrow next to it and open up and choose Black. And you can see you have an option to apply or to apply to all. I'm going to click on the Apply to All button so that as we duplicate and create a number of different slides that we're going to populate, that the black background will stay with all of them. The next step is to prepare the text boxes appropriately. As you can see, there are two of them on this slide. I'm going to delete the top one and alter the bottom one to suit the needs I have for this slide. To delete the first text box, the top one, I have to select it. What you need to do to select the box to delete it is to move your cursor so that there's a 4-directional arrow showing. Once you roll over one of the lines, you can see that the cursor changes to that shape. Once it's on that shape, click on the line and press the delete key, or I'm undoing that operation. You can also click to select it and then go Edit and Clear. So there's a couple ways to remove it. Once you've removed that text box, click on the remaining one. Again, I'm rolling over the line so that there are 4 direction arrows showing off the cursor. I've clicked on it, and I'm using the arrow key on the keyboard to move it up and down or left and right. Conversely, you can click on it, hold, and drag it to a position that you want it to go into. I find that the arrow keys on the keyboard are pretty useful just for doing some fine-tuning and having it drop where I want it to go. I'm also going to resize the box, and to do so, I'm going to go to one of the corners. I'm going to use the leftmost corner in this case. What I'm going to do is roll over the corner until the cursor turns into 2 diagonal arrows going upper left and lower right. Once it's in that position, I'm going to click, hold, and drag the text box out to the left. And I'm going to go over to the other corner, click, hold, and drag it to the right. You could also do that off of the center point here. I'm doing it on the right side. You can see that it's doing that as well. What I'd like to do is make the text box a little bit shorter. I don't need that much real estate. And I've clicked and held and dragged down in order to make it smaller. They tell you to click to add a subtitle. I'm clicking here. I'm now going to go to Format and Font, and the dialog box that opens allows you to do a number of different things. Under Font in the upper left corner, you can click and you can choose a number of different fonts. I'm going to Arial in this case. The font style, then you have different choices, just like you would in a word processing program. You can choose the size directly from a drop-down menu, or if you find that you want a custom size, you can also input it using a digital method. Font color is important. As you have a black background, you're going to need a much lighter color. I'll choose white in this case and click OK. Now that I've done that, the cursor is flashing in the box, and I'll just type out a title 1 in the text box. So what I'm going to do now is make the text box fit the text a little bit better. And the idea behind making the text box equal to the width of the box was to allow me to easily center it in the box. So now I've got the title here. It's in the type of text that I want it to be in, and the font that I want it to be in, the size that I want it to be in, the color that I want it to be in, and the relative location that I want. So I'm going to save the PowerPoint project file and click in here, and I'm going to delete the text, and I'm going to go up to the upper left, click and select within the smaller window, and I'm going to edit, copy, and then I'm going to paste another one in. And what it's done is, now here's slide 1, here's slide 2. What you've done basically is created an area where you can have duplicate slides. So what I'll do now, instead of going edit and paste from the menu, I'm just going to do a Command V, which is a shortcut command. So you're going to see a number of slides populated in the left-hand side window. I'll make it 25. I'm going to continually save the project, so save. Now I have the outline of the project. All of the slides are the same in terms of text, location, and size.